When you think of an imported SUV in the high-end price range, usually European brands come to mind, or maybe Japan, but the Koreans, mainly Genesis, have come a long way, and I really like the looks of this 2025 GV80, so I decided to order one. Let's look at the price sheet. The base price of a GV80 is $59,000. That gets you a 2.5-liter turbo engine putting out 300 horsepower. But here we have the Prestige all-wheel drive. That gives you a 3.5-liter V6 putting out 375 horsepower. And there aren't supposed to be any options on this deluxe model, but of course they're going to find something, like charging $650 for paint. They just can't help themselves. And here's the total tab. What a bargain. But the good news, it's totally made in Korea, which explains the high quality. And here's all the goodies we're getting as standard. But wait, there's more. And a nice 10-year warranty. We'll talk about that later. And if you get the V6, here's the fuel economy you should expect. Not very impressive, but I looked it up and this thing weighs 5,000 pounds. That's a pretty heavy vehicle. And here it is in person, so to speak. A very nice looking vehicle. I don't really care for the pimp chrome below the doors, but that's just my observation. I don't know why you need this. It looks kind of tacky to me. But otherwise, a nice looking vehicle, gets lots of compliments. One of the first things we do, we get a vehicles and check and see what brand of tires they give us, because a lot of companies are putting cheap junkers on to save money. These are Michelin's, nothing wrong with that, top of the line. The standard GV80 comes with 20-inch wheels and tires, which is what I recommend. If you go larger, like 21, 22 inches, yeah, they look good, but they kind of have a habit of destroying the ride quality. We'll take this out, take some bumps, and just see how much ride quality we lose with these, but I don't think it's going to be much. And the second thing we do is check and see if there's a spare tire. I already looked, there is not. Probably because no 22-incher will fit in here. All we get underneath the floor is a cheesy tire repair kit, and I can't show it to you because I have two mattresses in here. And these are very long 6-footers, but hey, they did fit, which shows you how much room you have in here if you fold the seats down. And third thing we do, we get a vehicle, stick the headlights out in the dark and see they perform. We already did a night drive headlight test video on YouTube on this vehicle. We'll have a link for that at the end of this video, so you're not missing anything. And let's see, 9 bulbs on top, 9 on the bottom, and the other side, what's 18 times 2? I think that's 36 when I went to school. The individual who designs Genesis interiors used to work for Bentley designing their interiors. Maybe that's why the interior looks like a Bentley, huh? Can't complain about that. Very nice materials, very nice workmanship. Beautiful. A super wide 27-inch info screen. Wonder how much that costs to replace when the warranty's out. Well, we got a 5-year 60,000 mile basic warranty and a 10-year 100,000 mile powertrain warranty, so you're covered for a while. And you'll be happy to know all the climate controls are separate from the info screen. Very easy to operate. Transmission shift knob, info screen knob, a drive mode button, and let's see, what do we got? Eco, Comfort, Sport, Individual, and Snow. And surprise, surprise, we seem to have some sort of locking differential here for rough conditions, like off-roading. Who's going to take this off-road without a spare tire? And since the mattresses are blocking the rear view mirror, no problem, because we have a camera set up bypassing the mattresses, so I can still see out the back. And here's the camera system, very nice resolution. Neato. And in case I didn't mention earlier, all GV80s come with all-wheel drive for good traction on all four wheels. If you're looking for ride comfort, this is tops. Very smooth and quiet. Great for racking up lots of miles. And this V6 has lots of power. 0 to 60 in just under 6 seconds. Strong brakes. Great handling. The only beef I have, there's a spy camera here that watches your face when you're driving, and if it can't see your face, it sends off all kinds of alarms, which is a problem for me because I drive one-handed like this, so I'm always blocking the camera. And I've tried to turn the system off, haven't been able to figure it out yet. Turned everything else off. I don't need a car watching me. Putting tape over the hole doesn't count. The car will go berserk. The suspension is doing a great job absorbing all these potholes. With the 22-inch tires and wheels, there's a bit of thumping more I would like, but nothing serious. I still rather prefer the 20 inches. But on the deluxe model, you get 22 inches whether you want them or not, so you just have to live with it. And by the way, if you're hearing that rattling noise, it's not the vehicle, it's the bed frame I have in back. Other than that, this is a very quiet car, screwed together very well. No creaks, no rattles, no wind noise. When I got the car, the previous driver had 400 miles on it with 19.5 mpg, average fuel economy and mixed commuting, mostly city. I racked on a few more miles, and now we're down to 18.6. All city driving, short trips. Not bad for a 5,000-pound vehicle. More to come. This Genesis is a great highway cruiser, very smooth and quiet, comfortable, plush, and lots of passing power from this V6 engine. Great for long trips. The only disadvantage, you get some thumping from these giant wheels and tires. I don't know why we need such giant wheels and tires, but nothing serious, you get used to it. Unfortunately, we do have some extremely high winds today, doing up to 20-25 miles per hour, maybe more. And even though we have great stability from this heavy car, I know the fuel economy is going to go right down the toilet from all the wind we're pushing. I can feel it already, so be interesting to see what the number is going to be. Sure, idiots, why drive on the far right? Just drive in the passing lane on the left. Morons. Alright, end of the line. Let's pull over and see what our MPG number is. Here's our highway mileage, considering the weight of the vehicle, the high winds, and the passing we had to do from all the slow pokes blocking the passing lane. I would say it's not a bad figure at all. So what's my take on this GV80 after a week of driving? It's an excellent vehicle with a nice warranty. 5 years, 60,000 miles on bumper to bumper, 10 years, 100,000 on the drivetrain. With that being said, let me give you a tip on the right way to buy a Genesis. Find one that just got off a 36-month lease. You're going to save a lot of money that way right off the bat. You have lots of warranty left. You have 2 years bumper to bumper. More important, you have 7 years on the drivetrain warranty left. Try to find a used car with that type of warranty. You can't do it. Although you can with the Genesis. So, that's the way I would do it. Now, if you want to see how all these bulbs performed in the dark, here's our headlight test night drive video coming up. Here's a link. Click and watch.